Okay, let's start the unboxing. Here is the box, comparing to my palms, which came to me. You can see that it is said MP3 player with weight of 380 grams, 0.4 in declaration, and claimed value of 23 USD. Okay. Cut it through. Rip it off. Okay, one more layer of bubble wrapping. Pretty good package we have here. And going further deeper inside with the next layer of wrapping. Cut it. And here it is. Shanling M1 and additional box with leather case and a headband for sport appliance. Now let's take a look what we have inside. We don't need it for now. Let's put it aside for a while and open the box. Here it is. So here is a famous Shanling M1. Here we have the player itself in a blue color. Flawless. And then in the box, smaller box with accessories. Bass headphones. It's not a default setup, it's a complimentary gift from the seller. I will tell them a bit later. Cable. It's USB to USB-C. Film to protect player's screen. One more film to protect the backside. Actually, there should be two sets of such films. Warranty card. Manual in Chinese. Small card reader. And that's all. That's strange because by default you also should have two more USB cables, USB-C to USB-C and USB-C to micro USB. Okay. One more thing which I haven't mentioned, that's tiny pin. In some reviews I heard that it's to push a reset button, but actually this player have no reset button. Instead of that, this tiny pin serves to protect the earphone hole, because this cable can be used as a digital to analog converter with this USB Type-C port, or transfer the audio signal via Bluetooth. So I will ask the seller about additional USB cables later on, and now let's check the case. The case usually sold separately and cost about $10 US. It's claimed to be laser made, and it's perfect to protect player from the outside and also for using in sport appliance. And if you like to use it with separate dock such as Mojo, you can easily clip it on with this case. So here we have a case. From the first glance it's really looked like a laser, and you can snap it on your belt or any way you like. And two belts, yeah, let me check if they are the same size or different. Yeah, that's the small one. It fits to my wrist, but I doubt that upper part of my arm will come in such easily. And the second one, well, even smaller. Great. So that's all for the content. And now let's take a look on the player itself. So first of all, I've checked the manual, and here it is. It is said that this player is supplied with just one USB Type-C cable. So different setups may have different number of cables, but it's not a seller's mistake. It's just a default setup. It's enough for the basic usage, but if you want to use this player connected to your mobile phone or DAC, of which I will talk a bit later, then you need to buy another cable. In the box, on the box we have a serial number and a short description of what we have here. English. Portable music player, DSD supported. DSD is a special high-resolution audio format. Screen 2.5 dimensional glass. Support memory cards up to 200 gigabytes. Actually, I've seen some reports on the internet that people successfully used bigger cards, up to 1 terabyte. Type-C USB interface, so if you wanted to try this new modern USB, here is your chance. Bluetooth 4.0 aptX, so for Bluetooth is also support lossless audio codec. And player color is also marked on the box. For me it's blue. As you can see, player supplied in a blue color. It pretty much goes for the backside. Backside is covered with a glass, flat one. I've seen some report that it can be easily scratched, so protective films will be quite useful here if you don't want to use a laser case. On the back side you can see only the multifunctional wheel. It can be spinned with a distinguishable click or pressed. On the front side we have a 2.5 dimensional glass. That's pretty much all. From the upper side there is just access to the wheel and a plastic cover under which you can find a Bluetooth antenna. On the left side there are buttons equipped with engraving. Very low visibility here, but you can easily remember 3 buttons: up, down and back. Also there is a reset hole. On the right side there is a power button which also serves unlocking purpose. And on the downside you have a headphone hole, USB Type-C and memory card slot. if you have no nails, it will be not very easy to put it up and down, but even with the shorter nails, it'd be alright. In my case, memory card was inside the player, and it was a complimentary gift from the seller. Okay, let's try to turn it on. To turn it on, you need just a long press to the power on button. I will try to make it a little bit sharper right now. Yeah. So, interface. Currently, you see no cover because this particular track is not supplied by one. But if there is a cover, it will be displayed here. So if a player is turned on, short press on a power on button will bring you a watch. It's very convenient if you have no wristwatch. For example, if you perform your morning run and you need to check time, but you don't want to bring up your mobile phone. Double press will bring you into music interface. You can see that it's quite a high resolution display. From here you can adjust your volume. You must get used to it because spinning wheel down will make sound louder, and spinning wheel up is reduce the volume. Going back. From there you can also navigate through folders. It also performed with a wheel, or you can switch between tracks with the side buttons. They are pressed with a very distinguishable click, so everything is good here. Here you have SD card and OTG. So this player support OTG, and if you have external drive which you can connect to USB-C, then you can also use it. On the level up, you can have a main screen with options. You can navigate with a wheel. Now playing, that's your music, my music, your library. You can choose open all, favorites, album, genre, artist, and playlist. This player will scan your SD card or external drive when you connect it, and provide you an opportunity to navigate through your genres if you have appropriate tags. But file browser is also working quite good. Play settings. That's all about music. Here you can set up maximum volume limit, which is quite convenient because this player can produce quite a loud sounds. Default volume, because you have 100 steps in volume settings, and you need spin wheel a lot to go through the level you need. It is also quite convenient. Resume mode, here you choose between location, track, and off. Gapless playback, off by default. Then EQ, here you can choose one of predefined settings or set your own. Gapless playback, gain settings, low, high, so on this tiny little thing you also can choose between high or low gain. Channel balance, it may be useful if you use external audio system, not just headphones. Play mode, which include repeat track, shuffle, and repeat all. Then folder skip. That's pretty much all about sound. But also we have a general system settings. Let's go here into the system settings and see what we can see. System settings. Update my music automatically. If you connect huge SD cards, it will take some time to scan through all the folders and check all the music you have. So you can switch it off. Update my music immediately if you want to start this update process manually. Bluetooth. Off by default. This player can be used both as a Bluetooth transmitter and receiver. So you can connect your Bluetooth headphones or soundbar or anything with Bluetooth interface you have. Alternatively, you can send to this player your music from your phone or other player which support Bluetooth. Use it as a digital to analog converter and play it with a better quality. Backside brightness by default is set to quite a low, but it's pretty much enough. I couldn't imagine why I need to put it on the highest level of brightness. Backlight timer, auto shutdown, off by default. Shutdown timer, screen locked operation. As I mentioned, you can use power on button to lock or unlock your screen, and this setting will tell you if other button can be pushed or not when the screen is locked. Back to the menu. Auto shutdown, shutdown timer, screen locked operation, automatically back to playing, themes, we have some of them, so you cannot create your own, but you can use one of predefined. Pretty useless to my mind, but if you like different looks of your player, you can try it. Clock. That's a very interesting feature of this player. It's strange that almost none of portable music player have it, because it's very nice to have an opportunity to check your time anytime you need. As you can see, current setup allow just a very limited amount of time between player go to the playback, and I need to switch it back. Clock setup. From the clock you can choose different time display settings. USB mode. On the USB mode you choose between USB and digital to analog converter. Language, English by default in my case, but I'm not sure that seller did not set up it for me. About M1, here you can see your memory card capacity, Bluetooth MAC address, and the firmware version 1.10 in my case, and the restore factory settings plus system update. That's all about menu in this player. And now let's try to check how it will fit into the laser case supplied. So I just put it via the upper side. It's quite tight but not too tight, and snap it on. It's fit quite well, and however I can try to push it back, it's no use. So you can freely use this case when you are jogging or doing any kind of sport activity. This case can be snapped on through the wrist belt and adjusted to your palm. Alternatively, you can adjust it to your belt. It serves pretty much like a wristwatch in this setup. One click for the power button, where it is, I'm not used to it yet, and you can see the time. Quite convenient. If you use Bluetooth headphones, you don't need to put any wires on you, and just enjoy the good sound. In addition, you can cover earphone hole with this dust plug. And that's all. It's ready for the use.